So, good morning to all. This is the first session of the English revision scheduled from today. Today we have four classes with this particular batch. So, I kindly request you to utilize yourself to clarify your doubts and other things. Number one. Number two. Have you gone? You have gone through the micro planner. We suppose. Have you gone through the third page of the micro planner? The third page of the micro planner where syllabus is mentioned very clearly. Do you have any more doubts regarding which all lessons has to be studied, which all lessons are not to be studied? You have portrait of a lady, photograph, we are not afraid to die, discovering to the saga continues, the labyrinth top, the landscape of the soul, the voice of the rain, alien planet, Browning version, Silk Road, that is where you have to complete. So in the Hornbill text, these are the lessons. Do you have any doubts in this particular thing? The portrait of a
No,
lady,
sir.
a photograph, we are not afraid to die, discovering truth, labyrinth top, landscape of the soul, voice of the rain, the alien planet, and the Silk Road. I think it is clearly mentioned in your book also, in your syllabus paper also, it is clearly mentioned. Kindly please make a note of that. And when you're looking into the non-detailed textbook, you have the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, the address, Albert Einstein at school, Ranga's marriage and birth. I repeat, the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, the address, Ranga's marriage, Albert Einstein at school, and birth. The Tale of the Melon City, The God Dolly World, and Mother's Day are not there. So that is as far as the literature portion is concerned. Now coming to section B, you have to ready with a poster, notice, letters, debate, and speech. I repeat, in section B, you are having the following things. Number one, notice, poster, letters, whatever letters we have discussed, that has to go through it, like business letters, the letter of inquiry, letter of placing orders, all those things. Then you will be having speech writing and debate writing. So that is for that particular thing is concerned. Now I would like to start with which are the areas which you need a detailed review of the lessons. Which are lessons in Hornbill. This period is specifically for Hornbill. Which are the lessons you want to be revised once again? Do you have any doubts in related to the portrait of a lady, the first lesson? The portrait of a lady. Any doubts? There, the important questions that you have to note there is, what are the three phases of the narrator's relationship with the grandmother? What are the three phases of the narrator's relationship with the grandmother? Describe a pen portrait of the narrator's grandfather as well as narrator's grandmother. Obvious question. Describe a pen portrait of, or describe narrator's grandmother and grandfather. It has two obvious questions, 2-mark questions. What was the turning point in the relationship between the narrator and the grandmother? What was the turning point in the relationship between the narrator and the grandmother? Then 2-mark questions you can expect is that why did the narrator compare his grandmother to an expanse of pure white serenity? Why did the narrator compare his grandmother to an expanse of white serenity? Kindly underline an expanse of pure white serenity. Kindly underline. Kindly underline that particular thing. That is an important 2-mark question. It can come for an explanation from your side. How did the narrator and the grandmother spend their time in the village? I mean, describe the first phase of the narrator's relationship with the grandmother, or how did the narrator spend his time with the grandmother in the village? Then come next is accepted her seclusion with resignation. Accepted her seclusion with resignation. Underline.
Sir, what, sir?
Accepted her seclusion with resignation. Explain. Then how did the grandmother react when the narrator was going abroad? How did the narrator react when the narrator was going abroad? Or how can we say that the narrator's grandmother was a strong-minded person? This all comes under that character sketch of the grandmother. Then how did the grandmother spend the happiest hour in the town? What was the happiest half hour for the grandmother in the town? Then we have another portion that is coming up there is how did the narrator's grandmother celebrate the homecoming of the narrator after his studies? How did the narrator's grandmother celebrate the homecoming of the narrator after his studies? Second last question is
How did the narrator celebrate?
How did the narrator's grandmother celebrate? Or in simple words, how did the narrator's grandmother celebrate the return of the narrator? The next question that can come to is that how did the narrator's grandmother spend her last minutes before her death? How did the narrator's grandmother behave during the last minutes before her death? The last question can come is, how did the sparrows express their sorrow at the death of the grandmother? How did the sparrows express the sorrow at the death of the grandmother? Children, do you have any doubts as far as this? Anything need to be explained once again? Anywhere, if you want, I am ready to explain. You can ask me anything related to it.
Sir, sixth question, sir.
Huh?
Sixth.
Can you repeat the sixth question? Accepted a seclusion with resignation. Is it the sixth question? Subhash, can you repeat the question which you want to explain, because time is...
How can we say that the grandmother was strong-minded?
That the grandmother did not weep when the narrator was going abroad during his forest studies. You come to page number 5, third paragraph. When I decided to go abroad for further studies, I was sure my grandmother would be upset. I would be away for 5 years, and at her age, one could never tell. But my grandmother could. She was not even sentimental. She came to leave me at the railway station, but did not talk or show any emotions. Her lips moved in prayer. Her mind was lost in prayer. Her fingers were busy telling the beads of her rosary. Silently she kissed my forehead. When I felt I cherished the most imprints as perhaps the most last sign of the physical contact between us. That particular paragraph can also emerge one more last question. The last sentence can be asked for a 2-mark question. Why did the narrator feel that it was the last, that particular expression can be in bold italics, can be coming for the exam. because the narrator cannot expect the grandmother at this age to live 5 years so that the gentleman will return and see his grandmother. Because I told you when I was teaching this particular lesson, those days traveling abroad was an expensive affair. Only rich people would go there. So even if you go there, once you complete the course only, you will return back to the country. So the narrator was expected to complete a 5-year course. So now itself, the narrator's grandmother was very old. He could not expect the lady to live for another 5 years, and so that is the reason why the narrator says that that was perhaps the last physical touch from my grandmother. So that particular thing you can underline once again. When you write the character sketch of the grandmother also, you have to include these points. Now
Okay,
please
sir.
come to the lesson, the photograph. Please come to the photograph. So actually this poem is a memory, a nostalgic poem, a poem which is packed with the nostalgic feelings about the lost mother. Prasanna Umar, you have a doubt in that particular question. How did the grandmother celebrate the homecoming of the narrator? So you come to the same
Yes,
page,
sir.
page number 5. The paragraph is just stopped here, but that was not so. After 5 years, I came back home and was met by her at the station. She did not look a day older. She still had no time for words, and while she clasped me in her arms, I could hear her reciting her prayers. Even on the first day of my arrival, her happiest moments were with her sparrows, whom she fed longer with frivolous rebukes. In the evening, a change came over her. She did not pray. She collected the women of the neighborhood, got an old drum, and started to sing. For several hours, she thumbed the sagging skins of the dilapidated drum and sang the homecoming of the warriors. We had to persuade her to stop to avoid overstraining. That was the first time since I had known her that she did not pray. Prasanna Umar, you have to emphasize that particular paragraph for the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
so kindly go through that particular area. Others who are silent, you can also ask your doubts whenever there is. So it can, one more thing which can come as a long answer question is that the conflict between the Eastern thoughts and the Western thoughts, or how does conflict of generation reflect in this particular lesson. Conflict of generation means the grandmother stands for the old traditional concept of Indian belief, whereas the narrator and his family denotes the Western education. So for the narrator's grandmother, say studying about singing is something derogatory, whereas the for the narrator it is a progressive action. So generation conflict also need to be highlighted. Sometimes a long answer question can come. Highlight the instances of generation gap mentioned in this particular lesson, the portrait of a lady. Or the grandmother is not formally educated. What was concerned about the narrator's education? Explain. So these things, what all things did not attract the attention of the grandmother in the city school, or what made the narrator's grandmother to stay away from the narrator when he was in the city? So coming forward, you have a poem over there, the photograph. Please kindly go through that poem once. Please go through that poem once.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Suresh.
Please pass the video, sir.
Sir?
pause the video, sir.
Okay,
Shall I
okay,
give
okay,
2 minutes?
okay, understood. So as told by Sir, please kindly do the necessary and needful. So in the poem, the photograph, do you have any doubts? In the poem photograph, do you have any doubts? So let us go through that poem once. The catboat shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hand. And she, the big girl, some 12 years or so, all three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. A sweet face, my mother, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Some 20, 30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. Both ride with a labored ease of loss. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as the girl lived, and of these circumstances there is nothing to say at all. It silences the silence. So what does the word catboat denote? The catboat denote the photograph of the narrator's grandmother, narrator's mother along with her cousins enjoying the sea holiday with her uncle and aunt. So the catboat shows me how it was. So the entire inspiration for her to write this poem is this catboat or this photograph which was there in the living room, which reminded of her lost mother. Each one holding one of my mother's hand, and she the big girl. Remember, in the MCQ question type, you can expect an MCQ question. Who is she referred in the above extract? Who is she referred in the above extract? She refers to the narrator's mother. Some 12 years or so. How old is the narrator's mother when the photograph was taken? You will given an MCQ 12, 13, 14, 15. You have to choose the best one out of it. All three stood still to smile through their hair. Who are the three students, three people referred here? The three people referred here is the narrator's mother and her cousins, Betty and Dolly. All three stood still to smile through their hair. Who are they referred there? There is referred as the narrator and her cousins. Narrator's mother and her cousins. What does the narrator mean by the expression smile through their hair? While what does the poet mean by the expression smile through their hair? So it was a sea holiday, it was a sea, and people are taking photographs. The hair is a little loose, so it happens to fall on the forehead. So those who have straight, thin hairs will be familiar about that. You have to arrange your, what you mean by hair or quite often during a windy season. So similarly, the hair was fallen onto the forehead. So the laugh goes through the hair. So that is mean by the expression smile through their hair. Underline at the uncle with the camera. So what does the girls doing in the sea in that particular photograph? The photograph that it was three smiling girls looking at the the grandma, the mother's uncle's camera. Kindly underline. A sweet face, my mother, that was before I was born. How does the narrator describe the mother's face at the photograph? A sweet face that was before I was born. Who is referred as I? Who is referred as I here? I refers to
Narrator,
the narrator.
Narrator.
And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Underline terribly transient feet. What is the poetic device used in the expression terribly transient feat? What is the poetic device used in the expression terribly transient feat? It is transferred epithet. You can underline the transferred epithet. It is transferred epithet.
Sir, once repeat, sir, the poetic device.
Transferred epithet. Transferred epithet. Transferred epithet. Some 20-30 years later, so after this photograph is taken, the girls has become matured and now the narrator's mother has become a mother. She sees this particular photograph which is placed on the same living room. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. So who is she referred there? She refers to the narrator's mother.
Mother.
So she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was a past. That means the carefree life which she had in her lifetime was a past experience. Now she has become a wife. Now she has become a mother. Now she has responsibilities. That is why the narrator say that the sea holiday was a past. That is why the narrator say that the sea holiday was her past. Means she cannot no longer enjoy the sea holidays which she had enjoyed while this photograph was taken. She is committed to her family. She was having a responsibility, etc. etc. Mine is a laughter. The laughter, whenever the narrator see her grandmother is also a past because the mother is no more alive. She is not alive. The narrator is is thinking about the photograph after the death of the mother. The mother is thinking about her childhood days when she was a middle-aged lady. So two time spans are there. One is present and one is the past. Both ride with a labored ease of loss. Can you anybody tell me what can be the figure of speech used there? Labored ease of loss. I said combination of dash and dash. Happy tears is an example. Happy tears is an example.
Can you tell which line, sir?
With a labored ease of loss.
With labor is of loss.
What is the figure of speech?
Simile.
Sir, they are both opposite to each other.
Very
Sir.
good. Very good, Prasanna Kumar. What is it called? It is correct. You said correctly. Opposite emotions are combined together. That is why I said happy tears. The figure of speech is
Oxymorons.
oxymoron. Very good, Kavya. I think Kavya told the answer. Very good. Kindly please mention about. And Logesh, kindly please mention. Simile is different and oxymoron is different. Simile is comparing a quality of A to B. For example, Logesh is as smart as Vijay. I'm comparing qualities of Vijay to Logesh. Am I right or not? The same extent it is metaphor, but it is indirect comparisons. So please make your understanding correct. And she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. Who is that girl referred here? That girl refers to the mother. That girl has lived a life perfectly aligned to that of a mother, doing the responsibility of a daughter, doing the responsibility of a sister, doing the responsibility of a wife, doing the responsibility of a mother and a grandmother. All the 5 avatarams assigned for a lady, she has successfully completed. That is what mean by the expression as that girl lived. Underline. And of this circumstances, what does this circumstances refers to? This circumstance refers to the loss of the narrator's mother or death. The death or the vacuum created because of the death of the mother. There is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Explain. Its silence silences. Explain. Its silence silences is an example for paradox. Its silence silences is an example of paradox. The silence created by the absence of the mother is silencing the narrator to be active as before. Children, kindly look into it. The silence that is created by the narrator's mother's death is silencing or making her to be still. Okay, from doing her regular routine works. She cannot enjoy the life the way she had enjoyed. She cannot participate in the daily activities the way she had participated when the narrator's mother had ceased to exist. So that vacuum created, the absence created by the grandmother has silenced, made the narrator inactive. So that is what it is made by the expression, it silences silence. Example is paradox. Example of paradox, sorry. It silences. Then all three stood still, smiled through their hair. Apart from that, any other figure of speech you are familiar with, all the three stood still to smile through their hair. What is the figure of speech used there? Symbol 1, alliteration. Kindly underline the word alliteration.
It silences alliteration, sir.
It is also can be considered as alliteration, but majority will write paradox. The major operating figure of speech is paradox. You can either write paradox or alliteration. Now, there is less than 3 minutes. I kindly request you to rejoin once the class goes off. Okay, I don't want excuses. Attendance will be taken very severely. Can you go through the poem Labyrinth Top? Labyrinth Top. Labyrinth Top. Can you please go through? What was the first paragraph all about? Describe the labyrinth top before the arrival of the goldfinch. Describe the arrival or describe the labyrinth top before the arrival of the goldfinch. Describe the arrival of the labyrinth top before the arrival of the goldfinch. How did the goldfinch enter inside the labyrinth top? How did the goldfinch enter inside the labyrinth top? And what changes happened after her arrival? And what changes happened after her arrival? Yes, Logesh, this question is towards you. Then sleek as a lizard. You are the father of a figure of speech. What is that, my dear sir? You said just now. Then sleek as a lizard. What is the figure of speech used there?
Really, sir.
Simile.
Simile. Underline. So whatever you ask, you will say simile, simile. So here it is a chance for you to say. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching cherub, a suddenness, a startlement at the branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up. Why does the entering of a goldfinch compared to a machine? Why did the entering Okay, my dear children, I kindly request you to rejoin very soon.